Hello guys, welcome to VJ Techno Visual in Microsoft Power BI. Today we are going to learn about chord versus KPI. In Power BI we have two types of chords, chord and multi-row chord. When it comes to chord visual show the total value of single category like total revenue or total expense. And you want to show total revenue, total expense and profit in your report, and you want to use that chord visual only, then you should use this chord visual three times, because in single chord visual you can show that single category only. Okay, and this is a sample image of chord visual. Currently it shows 21M revenue. And when it comes to multi-chord, in this visual you can show the total value of multiple categories in a single visual, like total revenue, total expense and profit. You can show the three categories in a single chord. Okay, and this is a sample image of multi-chord. um, in 2011, how much revenue we generated and what's the target revenue. Currently it shows three categories in each row. Okay, this is the concept of chord and multi-chord. Now I'm going to talk about KPI. KPI is a key performance indicator which shows our current status and how far we are ahead or behind to the target. Okay, it's like a gauge chart, and it has some additional features also. KPI have three major fields: indicator, trend axis, target code. When it comes to indicator, it's calculating the main measure which we want to evaluate. For example, currently showing current year sales. And trend axis, it shows the trend whether it's going upward or downward. It's present in a line chart. Okay, but the trend axis will appear behind that KPI visual, which means in the background of KPI visual it shows the trends, and it's based on data time. Okay, and when it comes to goals, it shows the target value and the distance from the target as a percentage. Currently it's showing whether we reach the target or not. Like if you reach the target, then it shows in green color, else it shows in red color. And then additionally it shows how long we are ahead or behind to the target. Okay, and this is a sample of image. That 7.37 is the revenue of 2014, and that 6.12M is the previous year value, which means it's a target to the 2014. 6.12M is the revenue of 2013, and we set that previous year value to the target for the 2014. And inside that parenthesis it shows two values. Plus 1.24 means we reached the target and we generated 1.24M more revenue when compared to the previous year. And the 20.27, which means showing in a percentage, we generated 20.27 percentage of more revenue when compared to the previous year of sales. Okay, that's all guys. That's all about the explanation of chord and KPI. Let's we do it practically in Power BI desktop. Okay, now I choose chord visual. In chord visual I'm going to plot revenue. See, currently it shows 21M revenue, and now I'll try to plot another field. I mean one more field in that field panel. Like I'll drag and drop that expense, but it's changed to expense. Okay, so in chord visual it will keep only one category or one column or one measure. Okay, it won't keep two categories in that chord visual. If you want to show three things, then you can three or more things, then you can choose the multi-row chord. Here now I plot expense, and then I plot revenue, then I plot year. Okay, I plot three categories, which means three columns I plotted, and now it shows three things. Each year has each row. So based on this concept, it generated four rows. Okay, 2011, 12, 13 and 14, and based on that each year it shows that expense and revenue. This is called multi-row chord. Okay, and when it comes to the format panel, we have data label. Here you can change that display units as auto, none or 1000, whatever you want. And we have category label. When I am disabling this, that total expense label is gone. So just to enable that, instead of keeping a title for chords, you can use this category label, and you can give that label of the chord. Okay, because when we give name in title like expense, it shows in the top of the visual, but whenever you are using that chord visual, I won't prefer titles. If you want to give the dynamic titles, then you can use this title option. Else you can use the category label option. Okay, it's look good. Now rest of the options are common options. You can try it on your own self. Okay, and when it comes to that multi-row code, here also the same options are available in format panel, like data labels and category labels, and we have additional option as code. Here you can give that outline, like I'll give outline on top, bottom, left, right. See, it shows like a line. You can change the color of outline. Okay, but basically that multi-code is rarely used. Basically Power BI developers are using that code visual because it's look pretty good. Okay, okay guys, now I choose one slicer and here I plot here and I'll make it as list. Now I'm going to choose KPI. In KPI, we have three fields: indicator, trend axis, target goals. In indicator and plot revenue, and the trend axis, basically trend axis always shows based on the date or time. Okay, so here I choose year as trend. Currently we have 4 years, so in the background you can able to see some light shade colors are appeared. It's a trend. Okay, but like in line chart we can't able to see that year name or y-axis or x-axis because it's just appeared as a shaded value behind that visual. Okay, and for target goals, currently I don't have any target value, so I'm going to set a target for each year, and the target value is calculated based on the previous years of revenue. Okay, for example, the 2014 target value is the revenue of 2013, and when it comes to 2013, the target value for 2013 is based on the revenue of 2012. Okay, so for that I'm creating a measure here over here. Now I'm going to calculate sum of revenue, comma, previous year, of date. Okay, now I explain that logic. Here it's calculating that sum of revenue, and that filter is previous year, which means when the user select any year in the slicer, for example now I'm going to select 2014, then here it will appear previous year, so it automatically take 2013, and here it's calculated revenue of 2013. Okay, and now I created this measure, that KPI visual. I'm going to plot that year over year. Okay, okay, now I'll choose 1 year as 2011. Currently it shows goal is blank and infinity percentage. Why it's showing like this? Because we don't have any data in the year of 2010. So I'll add one more thing, that measure, like I added plus 0. Okay, if there is a blank, then it will appear like a 0. Okay, currently it's showing the trend axis also behind that visual. Like we have 4 years and currently it shows 4-year trend. When I choose any one of the year in the slicer, it won't appear because the trend will appear more than 1 year. Okay, now I choose 2011 and 12, and the trend axis will appear automatically. Okay, now let's go to that format panel. We have indicator, it's display that units auto, and I'll change it to millions. Currently showing 7.36 m. And then we have option as show icon, which means it shows tick. If that actual value reach the target value, then that icon becomes tick. If the actual value not meet the target value, then it's become a warning symbol, exclamatory symbol. Okay, for example I choose 2012, here it shows that exclamatory. So this is that icon. You can modify that size or you don't want that icon, you can disable it also, but use that icon and increase the size. And then we have trend axis which appear behind this visual. If you don't want, you can disable it, but it's look like a normal card. So I prefer use to enable the trend axis and make the transparency up to 30 to 40%. And then goals. Now I'll disable that goals, that below value is gone, and I'll disable the distance also, that entire thing is gone. Now I enable that goals, and you can label anything. Now I label it as year over year. And then now I enable that distance, and in label we have three options: a value, percent, and both. Okay, now that goal and distance option is very useful in this KPI. Okay, so from this visual we can easily understand that first value shows that current value 7.36 m is that actual revenue generated on the year of 2014, and 6.12 m is the target revenue, and it's calculated based on the previous year of 2013. And inside that parenthesis we have two things. One is value, it shows how much value we generated more than the previous year. So 1.24 million revenue we generated when comparing with the previous year. And in percentage also shows same thing, 20.27% more revenue we generated when compared with the previous year. Okay, this is the purpose of goal. Now I'll choose color coding. Here we have two options: high is good, low is good. Of course high is good. Okay, and I'll choose good colors. Okay. For good colors I'll select one green color, and for neutral I'm going to choose yellow. For bad color I'll choose, okay, same red. And I enable that date. Date means it shows that current selected date or year or month, whatever. Okay, the rest of the options are same as all other visuals, so you can try it on your own self. Now I choose 2011, it shows 4.01 million, and now I'm going to choose 2012. The actual revenue is 3.19 m, but the target revenue is 4.01. It won't reach the target, and minus 0.82 million less revenue when comparing with previous year of 2011. And when it comes to percentage, minus 20.52 percentage less revenue we generated when compared with the previous year. Okay, now I'll choose 2013, and here we achieve the target because in 2013 the actual revenue is 6.12 m, and the target revenue is just 3.19 m. So it's achieved the target, and it shows in green color with a good indication of tick mark. Okay, and inside the parenthesis also we generated 2.93 m more revenue when compared with the previous year of 2012, and that 91.85 percentage of more revenue we generated when compared with the previous year of 2012. Okay, this is the difference of card and KPI visual. I hope you understand that video. In upcoming video, we will discuss about table visual and matrix visual. Subscribe my channel and click the bell icon. Then only you can get a notification whenever I post a new video. And if my video is very helpful in your career, then please give that super thanks and support my channel. Thanks for watching.